Welcome to Glorious Tube channel. Please subscribe, comment, like and share.
Have you ever faced a challenge so immense it felt insurmountable? Let's voyage back to a time of kings and warriors where the Philistines and the Israelites are locked in a fierce war. The battlefield bristles with tension, the air thick with anticipation and fear. Emerging from the Philistine camp, a figure of dread looms. Goliath, a giant of a man, a warrior whose very name sends shivers down the spines of the bravest. His challenge echoes across the valley, a call for a champion from the Israelites to face him in single combat, to decide the outcome of the war. His booming voice reverberates, his challenge hanging heavy in the air. The Israelites stand frozen, their hearts pounding, their courage wavering. Who would dare to face this giant, this embodiment of terror? The answer, it would seem, lay not in the ranks of battle-hardened soldiers, but in the unlikely form of a young shepherd named David. No one dared to face Goliath, a figure of terror, except for one, a young shepherd named David. David, a young shepherd, not a trained warrior, stepped forward to face the giant. This unassuming lad, more accustomed to the pastoral tranquility of his flock than the clamor of battle, made a choice that bewildered many. He declined the king's offer of armor, a protective shell that would have been the first choice for any seasoned warrior. Instead, David placed his trust in the familiar weight of his sling and 5 smooth stones plucked from a brook. His choice might have seemed naive, even foolhardy, but it was rooted in a profound faith. David's trust was not in the strength of arms or the thickness of armor, but in the steadfastness of God. As he stood before Goliath, the air thick with tension, this young shepherd became a symbol of bravery. Undeterred by the giant's size and his own apparent vulnerability, David's courage did not waver. And with a single stone from his sling, David brought the giant down. David, the underdog, defeated Goliath not by might but by faith. This victory was much more than a personal triumph for David. It was a turning point in the war. David's faith-filled courage had brought down the towering adversary, and this act of valor ignited a spark of hope and resilience within the Israelites. The tide of the war swiftly turned in their favor, leading to their ultimate victory over the Philistines. This story, this triumph of faith over fear, is a timeless testament to the power of belief and courage. It teaches us that no challenge is too great, no adversary too powerful when faced with faith, courage, and wisdom. It reminds us that victories are not always won by the strongest or the biggest, but often by those who dare to believe, who dare to stand up, who dare to face their fears head-on. So, the next time you face a challenge that seems too big to handle, remember David and Goliath. It's not the size of the challenge that matters, but the strength of your faith and the courage in your heart.
Thank you for watching Glorious Tube channel. Please subscribe, comment, like and share.